Well, welcome to the Electric Bus Bash. This is super exciting. So happy that you chose to join us on this less windy day, no rain day, and we're without at least scarves and hats. So it's been a long time coming to celebrate what is really an auspicious occasion. This thing behind, I don't know if you've been on there yet, but I would encourage you to get on there because it has a disco ball for one. The music may have played until it died, but I encourage you to get on the bus at some point and just check it out. Yesterday, I was on the bus with some great people, and we were doing a little tour, trying to make sure that our Federal Transit Administration exactly knew what our needs were here. And while we were on the bus, if you go up by the front where the driver's seat is, it looks like a little galaxy world up there. Don't touch anything because it might do what it did to us yesterday, where this awesome employee of the city was trying to turn the lights on. And all of a sudden, we're sitting back there, and the bus started to rock. You should have saw the expressions on the Federal Transit Admission's face. But I do encourage you to get on this bus. When we think about the wind that operates this bus, you gotta understand that that is amazing. It is simply amazing. So we're gonna do a quick round of applause for all of the people that have been involved in making this happen. Let's thank them right now. All right, so we're gonna do just some special thanks to some of our individuals that are here with us today. We're gonna start with, from Senator Grassley's office, we have the representative, the regional director here. I wanna thank you for being here, Rochelle Fuller. And Senator Ernst's office, we have Brittany Carroll, thank you for being here. And then Representative Miller Meeks' office, yes, and we wanna thank Aaron Mackey for being here. Our Federal Transit Administration, you'll have to know how vitally important they are in helping the city to really navigate what our needs are here. Financially, you'll know that this didn't cost, this cost quite a bit of money, right? You can't go to the piggy bank and make this happen. You're gonna have to be creative. And so I wanted to acknowledge our Federal Transit Administrators. If you can wave your hand wherever you are. We have Mock T, Ahmad, yes. We have Jason Pollock, Catherine Monroe, Danielle Wynn, and Jerry Dole. We really appreciate you. And they spent time with us yesterday, and they came back today. So we really appreciate you all for being here. And then we see children here today. This is our future. Thanks for being a part. And I won't mention that there's cookies back there. All right, and then my counselors, my fellow counselors, I want to acknowledge Counselor Janice Weiner and Counselor Laura Burgess. And I'm going to introduce some of our speakers, but we have city staff that is really dedicated to this work. And our city manager, let's give it up for Jeff Fruin, our city manager. His leadership is really appreciated. In Iowa City, we do benefit from having such an integral, intentional city managers really leading the way for us here in Iowa City. I'm gonna bring up our next speaker, but before I do that, I wanna thank you for being here. Because it's because of this community that we know the needs of the climate change that we have, not only for our current generation, but for generations to come. And so it's because of your voice, your words, your work, that this has been made possible. At this time, I'm going to bring up, so thank you for being here. At this time, I'm going to bring up from our transportation services, Darian Nagel-Gam.
Thank you, Mayor Teague, and thank you everyone for coming. It's so great to see so many faces. I'm going to be hanging on to this very tightly so it doesn't blow away on me, but a few words to kick things off today. I just wanted to welcome everyone and thank you for coming, and just say that I am absolutely thrilled to be here today to celebrate such an incredibly important and historic moment for transportation in Iowa City, the launch of electric bus operations. Over its 40 years, Iowa City Transit has connected millions and millions of riders to work and school and shopping and other destinations safely, affordably, reliably, efficiently, and equitably. Transit has always been an important part of our past, and it's undoubtedly an even more critical part of our future. Why? Because transit is quite possibly the best tool Iowa City has to help address two of the most complex and challenging issues of our time: climate change and equitable access to opportunity. Transit not only reduces greenhouse gas emissions, but it reduces congestion, it ensures residents breathe clean air, it supports the local economy, it ensures that there's always equitable access to reliable and affordable transportation. And while our bus fleet has certainly modernized over the years, one thing has stayed the same. Our buses have always relied on diesel fuel, until today. 2022 marks a watershed moment for sustainable transportation and a paradigm shift for Iowa City Transit. In January, we launched our first electric bus fleet powered by 88% renewable energy, mostly wind. That was delivered by Mid-American Energy, so thank you. If somebody would have told me 10 years ago that our bus would have been powered by wind, I don't think I would have believed them. But yet, here it is, and here we are, and what a great place for us to be. As they say, this project truly took a village. It's been years in the making, and I wanted to take a moment to thank our partners and to thank those who are instrumental in making this dream of clean, quiet, sustainable electric transit a reality in Iowa City. First, Mayor Teague, councilors, thank you. You and the community and our business community helped lay out the vision for a transition to electric technology in our climate action plans. That foundation is what brought us here today. So thank you for your vision, your support, and your enthusiasm for the power of public transportation. Thanks again to the support from our congressional delegation, from Senator Grassley, Senator Ernst, Representative Miller-Meeks. Thank you for supporting Iowa City Transit initiatives and our ongoing efforts to reimagine and modernize our transit system for the future. Thank you. I want to thank our partners at the Federal Transit Administration who saw the vision Iowa City had for sustainable transportation and awarded Iowa City a $3 million grant to help transition to electric bus technology. And I can say unequivocally, without your support, we would not be here today. So thank you. But they're not the only ones who supported this project. The Iowa DOT and the Office of Public Transit also supported the transition to electric with $400,000 in grant funding and also ongoing support and guidance for our operations. So thank you. Mid-American Energy partnered with us, not only supporting the infrastructure project and assisting with the beautiful design of these bus wraps, but by providing 88% renewable energy to power our buses and continue that march towards 100%. So thank you, Mid-American Energy. And I also want to thank the Public Works team for the City of Iowa City, who was instrumental in helping support the infrastructure changes, because it's not just about the buses, you got to power the buses. So we had a lot of help with that, with the project to get the power to our facilities. And I want to thank Ron Konecki and the Public Works team for their support, and also Strand Associates, Tricon Construction, and Trey Electric, who helped make sure that our facility could get these buses out on the road every single day. I wasn't kidding when I said it takes a village. A few more, and then there was a few more departments within the city that were absolutely instrumental in making sure that this project happened, and were very supportive. And I want to thank the city manager's office, our legal team, our finance team, and the MPO for helping us navigate this uncharted territory and to help support the project. So thank you. The other team I definitely want to thank is our communications team, who is really the creative brain trust of all of our marketing and communications. They make everything, including this event, happen and possible, so thank you to our communications team. And the last partner I want to thank is Proterra, who not only manufactured our buses, but shares our vision for the future of transportation, and has been by our side this whole time, offering support and guidance throughout the design and the launch of the electric buses. So thank you. And last, but certainly not least, I wanted to thank the entire Iowa City Transportation Services team, from our mechanics to our drivers to our maintenance team to our supervisors. You brought this dream to life. So thank you for willingly taking a big leap into the unknown. And I want to give special thanks to Associate Director Mark Rummel. Where are you at, Mark Rummel? There he is. Mark Rummel. And Fleet Operations Supervisor Scott Amlong. Where are you at, Scott? There's Scott. Who managed this very complex project full of twists and turns and unknowns, and they navigated it beautifully. So thank you to both of you for all of your support for this project. So in closing, I just want to thank everyone again for coming to celebrate this very important occasion with us. We hope to see you on board. I'm going to turn it over now to Ken Becker for Proterra. Thank you all for coming.
How exciting, huh? Oh, brother, this is the most fun day at work I get. So this is a day of celebration, and like Darian said, my name is Ken Becker. I'm the regional sales director for Proterra in the Midwest region. I could not be more honored to be asked to celebrate this special and historic occasion with everybody. Special thanks to Darian and Mark Rummel, Scott Amlong, the core of this Iowa City Transit team. So give it up for them one more time. There's a lot of work behind this when you begin a partnership, which we consider this a true partnership, with a new manufacturer, when you're so used to working with somebody else for so long, and with new technology at the same time. I want to thank you for hearing me out on this electric bus thing back in 2019. And agreeing to be one of the first transit agencies in the state of Iowa to make the transition to electric. So this is exciting. So I am confident that we would not be celebrating the deployment of electric buses in Iowa City here today if it were not for Ryan Popple, CEO and co-founder of Proterra. Just this last December, we sadly lost a true visionary. Ryan Popple was born November 9th, 1977 in Elgin, Illinois. Son to John and Cheryl Popple, younger brother to Jennifer, wife Sam, who are here today with us, which is just incredible to have the founder of this idea and this bus and to have his family here today. We're truly honored. Ryan, I want to recognize Ryan. I think it's important to understand how this started. because as I tell people as we get into this is not easy. And we've been doing this for 11 years now. 11 years ago, we delivered our first electric bus in Foothill, at Foothill Transit in California. And now we're over 800 buses on the road today, 135 plus customers, just amazing. So it wasn't that long ago we had 9 buses. It seemed like just yesterday, and now here we are, over 800 in operation today. So Ryan embodied entrepreneurial spirit and devoted his life to creating a better future. His leadership at Proterra was first and foremost about increasing access to affordable, sustainable solutions and shaping a zero-emission transportation future for the health of our planet and communities. That's a big goal. From an early age, Ryan felt called to adventures in the outdoors. He received his Eagle Scout award at the age of 16. And if anybody is familiar with what it takes to become an Eagle Scout, it's not easy. So Ryan graduated salutatorian of his high school class and promptly left for Philmont Scout Ranch, where he would later work as a Philmont Ranger. Guiding troops through the mountains of New Mexico, having grown comfortable in the outdoors, Ryan came to better understand his role as a leader, a position of equal parts privilege and responsibility. In the fall, Ryan arrived at the College of William and Mary and enrolled in Army ROTC. The following year, he would meet his future wife, Jennifer. Upon graduation, Ryan received his Bachelor of Business Administration and Finance and was commissioned as an armor officer into the United States Army. Ryan and Jennifer were married on July 6, 2001. They moved to Fort Hood, Texas, where Ryan would begin his first assignment as an armored cavalry officer with the 4th Infantry Division, 1st Squadron, 10th Cavalry Regiment, the famed Buffalo Soldiers. In March of 2003, Ryan deployed the initial invasion into the war in Iraq. He served with courage and honor and was credited with allowing his task force to move faster and farther than any other unit in history of the 4th Infantry Division. Ryan was awarded the Bronze Star for his role in enabling his squadron to be the first combat unit in his division to enter the Iraq theater. Upon completion of service, Ryan was honorably discharged at the rank of captain. And now he's just getting started. Ryan earned his MBA at Harvard Business School, where he was elected a Baker Scholar. As a result of Ryan's experiences in Iraq escorting fuel convoys throughout the desert, Ryan chose to focus his career on the development and implementation of clean and sustainable transportation. His vocation led him to become the Senior Director of Finance at Tesla Motors, and later a partner at Kleiner Perkins and G2 Venture Partners, where he would invest in and mentor the next generation of clean tech entrepreneurs. Ryan served as CEO of Proterra from 2014 to 2020, later being named co-founder and executive director. Under his leadership, Proterra became the leading manufacturer of zero-emission electric transit buses in North America, and that still stands today. So when I first met Ryan, I casually mentioned to him that we would be in the market for a new vehicle at some point and really liked the idea of a Tesla. My only hangup was that we really wanted more of a mid-size SUV. Ryan, being a proud Tesla owner, insisted I immediately get up and follow him outside in the parking lot. He wanted to show me his really cool Tesla, and it was cool. He wanted to prove to me that this car is as much storage space as any midsize SUV. He was that kind of person who said, I'll show you. If you don't believe me, I'll show you. And that says a lot about how this came to be. I had the privilege of witnessing Ryan Popple in August of 2019 in Newton, Iowa, at a grand opening ceremony for a new TPI plant. TPI manufactures the composite windmill blades that you see throughout the great state of Iowa, and uniquely enough, TPI builds the composite bus body for Proterra that you see behind me here. I witnessed Ryan present a speech that day that I will forever remember as the greatest speech I've ever heard someone give. I was immediately a fan. I quickly realized the tremendous commitment to sustainability that this young person and his company, the company that I now work for, to improving our future on this planet. And when he spoke, he was sincere, and he meant it, and you believed him. Ryan lived his life to the fullest, his passion for protecting the environment matched only by his enjoyment of its many splendors. He lived the Scout oath and law during his life and saw his duty and honor towards his family, community, and country as sacred responsibilities. He will be deeply missed, but his influence will be felt forever. His legacy lives on not only at Proterra, but with the communities around the world who can breathe easier and imagine a brighter future, thanks to Ryan's inspiring and transformational vision. Thank you so much. We sincerely appreciate this. We could not be more excited to be partners with the city of Iowa City and Iowa City Transit, and we just really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And thank you, Popple family.
Thank you. Thank you. Very special presentation that you gave, and we really do appreciate your words here today. We're going to have our next speaker, which will be from Mid-American Energy, Wim Murray, and following Wim will be Sarah Gardner from our Climate Action Team.
Hi, I'm Wim Murray. Before anybody, you guys won't listen to me unless I clear this up. I am not related to Laura Burgess, as much as I might want to be. I'm mistaken for her quite often. So, but as I said, I'm with Mid-American Energy, and we're very proud to be able to partner with Iowa City to bring electric buses to the community. At Mid-American, one of our core principles is environmental respect. We work to exemplify that with many of our initiatives, such as our 100% renewable energy vision, our target to achieve net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050, the Green Advantage program that in 2021 allowed us to deliver 88% of the energy our Iowa customers used via renewable sources. Our ongoing commitment to expand to other renewable sources and research technologies that support our focus on renewables, such as energy storage. Promoting electric vehicles by offering rebates to customers and building out a charging network across the state to help alleviate that pesky range anxiety that I have been party to. And of course now, our support for electric buses. This fits into another core part of who we are at Mid-American, to support the communities that our customers and employees call home, including me, an Iowa Cityan. Giving back through our CARES program is part of who we are. Through Mid-American Energy Cares, our corporate citizenship program, we give our time, talent, and resources to help build stronger, more sustainable communities. CARE stands for Community Enhancement, Arts and Culture, Environmental Respect, yes, the R's is in there, Education, STEM, and Safety. We also work to ensure our investments have a far-reaching impact, and the advantages of electric buses make this project a perfect fit. In addition to being cleaner and quieter for our community, electric buses offer cost savings in the way of lower fuel and maintenance fees. Add to that most of the electricity used to run the buses comes from renewable resources, and we have a win for the Iowa City region. Mid-American is proud to be part of this important sustainability milestone for our community. And before I hand this over to Sarah Gardner, one of the reasons I really, really care about the climate is out there in the audience, so I'm going to give a shout out to her. Hi, Rue. And now Sarah.
All right, speech number 5. You're almost free to go back to partying. I just want to call out my colleague, Zach Berg, who's been floating around, because last night, Zach Berg drove all around Iowa City and bought every convenience store in the city out of 0 candy bars so we could have them for this event. And the reason he did that is to celebrate Iowa City's path towards zero emissions transportation. You know, yeah. As a community, we're so fortunate to already have some great zero emission transportation options in the form of being in a really walkable city, in a city with great bike infrastructure. We're so happy that World of Bikes has joined us today with their electric bikes. I never get the pauses right in these speeches. And now we have another option, the electric buses that help put us on our path toward getting to net zero emissions by 2050 for the city. Make no mistake, this is planet-saving technology. There is no pathway that we know of to get to net zero emissions that does not involve electrifying our transportation network. And these electric buses have been the most amazing ambassadors we have toward that future since they started rolling on our streets. In the Climate Action Office, we have had such an uptick of questions coming in about how do I get an electric vehicle for my home? Because people see that it works for our buses out on the street. So it just amplifies the benefits throughout the city. I think that's amazing. I'm going to tell you the two coolest things I know about electric vehicles and then let you run for those zero candy bars in the back of the event. One has to do with the moon, and the other very specifically has to do with Iowa. We think of electric vehicles as new technology, and certainly there have been great strides that have been made in it in recent years. But if you look at the history of EVs, one of the highlights is that the lunar rover was an electric vehicle. That's because there's no atmosphere on the moon, so you can't have combustion, so you can't have an internal combustion engine. When you step on these buses, you will have the thrill of knowing you are riding on technology that took our astronauts across the surface of the moon. That's pretty cool. Even cooler is the fact about Iowa, and that's this. The very first electric vehicle that we know of was called the Morrison Electric Carriage, and it was invented right here in Iowa. It was invented by a Des Moines chemist who wanted to show off the strength of his batteries, so he created the biggest vehicle he could to shuttle 12 people around downtown Des Moines. So not only was the first electric vehicle born here in Iowa, the first electric vehicle was an electric bus. And now we have brought this back home to help further our future in the community and also our future as a planet. And I hope that the next time you see an electric bus going down the streets of Iowa City, you will remember that this planet-saving technology is a gift that Iowa gave the world. Now go eat some candy.